Hi, it's Rick from Rick's Armored Models, and I got an update for you. I've got my Hungarian 44M TAS. I had to read it out the box. It's come along. It's about 90% completed, and it's enough to show it off and see what you think. And we'll get into this right now. Okay, this is the box art for the 44M TAS Hungarian tank. From World War II. It was a prototype vehicle that never made it because the factory that was producing it was bombed the day before they were going to put the two tanks they built into trials. One was heavily armored, one was lightly armored, to see how they did and how it worked out. So we'll never know how they would have done in combat. None survived. I'm supposing that Hobby Boss got a hold of these because the plans survived somehow. And we have a great looking vehicle to look at and say, what if? How would it have done in battle? We'll never know. But I think it's really neat looking tank. And I have put Zimmerit on it. And of course, it never made it onto the proving grounds. So we'll never know if they would have gotten the recipe for the Zimmerit anti-magnetic paste from their German allies and put it on their tank. I decided to do it because this is a total what-if tank because it just never made it to battle because of the destruction of the factory that was going to produce them. I thought it looked really good. So if you see right here the bogies, that reminds me a lot of the Panzer IV. Very easy to maintain, very easy to get at. Whereas the overlapping roll wheels of, say, the Panther tank, which this 44M TAS is compared to because of some of the lines, and Hungarian crews did train in Germany with the Panther. However, the country of Hungary was never given the license to produce the German Panther tank in Hungary. So they had to come up with their own upgun tank. I believe this was with a 75 millimeter. They did envision this being a Hungarian 80 millimeter. And I don't know if one of the two prototypes had that armament or not. I don't know if that's known. The reading that I've done on this did not mention it. So anyway, I wanted to see how you feel about the Zimmerit. I got this as thin as I could. This is only my second tank with Zimmerit. I may not be an expert on it, but I've lost my fear of it, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So my goal is that if you are wondering if you can handle doing Zimmerit to your liking, I think the answer is yes. There's no need to make it perfect. I would say do a lot of practicing, getting as thin as possible. And if you go through my other videos on Zimmerit, you'll see how I roll it out with a kind of an ink roller and get as thin as possible. And in my view, you have to use baby powder so it will not stick to your surface while you're rolling it out thin, or to your roller. You have to make sure it's on there constantly, and then do it as well as you can. So I did put two German MG-34 machine guns, one in the hull, which reminds me a lot of the, I think it's the Panther D, which had the same kind of port for the machine gun in the hull. And I really wanted to buy that for the comparison because it reminded me of that. However, they're still very expensive in the 1/35 scale, and I'll show you in a moment what I ended up getting. I got a Panther tank that I want to compare this to see what you think side by side. That will be coming up in the coming weeks. And as you see in the foreground, I have full model tracks ready to go on. The main road wheels at the bottom are only put on with temporary tack, because I plan on painting those separately to get a better separation of the paint from the road wheel color to the hub of the wheel itself. So anyway, I just put this on for the sake of the video, and I added on the top, as you can see, some grab handles Just give it some more character. There's no indication that they had handles, but again, this is a wood vehicle, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna put handles on the crew hatches out on the hull too. I may end up doing that, but I've sealed up the hull, so I don't know. It's easier to do it when the seal's not when the two holes are not sealed. So, but I've already done that. Part of it's painted primer black because they were. You can see them right there. There's grills underneath. There's some photo etch involved with this tank, which is good. You just have to make sure they're secure because you have to glue them from the inside. And I glued the crud out of them just to make sure they would be secure, because if they lift off, no matter how good of a glue you use, I don't know how you're going to get in there to fix it because you've sealed the hole. And but I think it looks good from up top, and I'm going to go from there. So when our heat wave is over, so I'll start getting in the garage and doing the black paint on it, the primer, and then go from there. And I'll show you when that's done how that's going to go. I really enjoyed building this, and at one point I was going to put a Panther 75 on there. I really would have had to work hard at my skill level to make that happen. I know other models, it's not that big a problem. But I really wanted this Hungarian barrel on there. I don't often use the kit barrels. I don't like the two-part barrels at all. And but in this case, there was no maker that did the 44M TAS for the barrel. I was just fortunate enough that Full Model did the metal tracks. I'm very happy about that. And this was a great build. I really enjoyed this tank. You can see the front hole. I joined the top and bottom. There's a little bit of a gap there, but I'm going to get in there with some putty before I start painting and get that done. I just was really excited to show you this and see how you like it. Okay, so let me show you something else here. Okay, this is the comparison tank that I bought just a couple weeks ago. Tamiya 1/35 scale Panther OS A, and this was a real bargain. There's a couple of sellers on eBay that are selling this for $20 free shipping, and that's why I did not pick up the Panther OS D, because all of those are between $45 and $55, and I only bought this for a comparison for the 44M TAS. It's the only reason I bought it. I do primarily 148th armor, but I am venturing into 135th because it's been fun. I also buy 135th armor models when I can't find anything like it that interests me in 148th. So it's no big deal for me to cross over. But you'll get an idea if you buy this kit why it's $20. It's got the rubber tracks. It has no link and length option. It's just the rubber tracks. I looked this one up. The roots in this tank is in the 1960s, and you can see the bottom. This was envisioned to be, you could convert it into a remote control or battery controlled tank. So it's very basic, very basic. And I just wanted to get it because it was a good price and for a comparison to the 44 Hungarian MTAS, and I think you'll like. You see, if you see the front hole on the Panther and you see the front hole on the 44 MTAS, there's a lot of similarities. Yes, I think the Hungarians took some visual pointers from the Panther. Beyond that, I don't know what else they incorporated. Not much is known about it, but. You see that a little better. There's a little glare. But I think it's going to be a neat tank to build up and then show them side by side. And you get a better liking what I'm talking to as to why I bought the 44 MTAS and why I think it was such a neat build. And I think the decision to put on the Zimmer was a good one. I think the Hungarians would have wanted to protect their armor as well as the Germans did, even though it didn't end up being the best idea because it took so long for that stuff to dry. They couldn't get them on the battlefield fast enough. They were just scared the Allied powers had magnetic mines. The Germans had them, but no one else seemed to have them. So anyway, I just like the 44M TAS also because of the road wheels. You see the interlocking wheels on the Panther, Tiger 2s. And I've seen them torn apart by their crews for maintenance, and it had to be a headache. So I'm looking at this Hungarian 44M TAS as it just makes sense for maintenance. If you're gonna maintain them on the battlefield, you lose one road wheel. I'm sure they had extras that they would carry on top of the tank, and they could maybe even under battlefield conditions, if there's cover fire, that they can replace that wheel and get going and not lose the tank and not have to destroy it, so it won't fall into enemy hands. So anyway, let me know what you think on this. I will get this painted as soon as I can. I will not give you a time frame because I don't want to let you down by giving you a time frame and then not being able to make it. It is summertime and we're starting to do some trips with the family and stuff like that, so I never know when we're going to leave town. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and we'll see you on the next one for the painting stage. All right, thank you very much for watching, and if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I really would like other people to be able to see my channel and give me some feedback on what they think. Really appreciate it. You have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.